everyone, it's Nisha here, and I'm here for the day 13 of the 30-day life challenge. So today I'm going to talk about service accommodation, but more specifically about an issue we've had today. Not today, yesterday actually, we won over our property. So a lot of people tend to think service accommodation is a high return and easy strategy. I wouldn't say it's easy, but I wouldn't say it's difficult. It does have a lot of element that can make it quite tricky to run if you're not proactive, if you don't react appropriately to different situation. And the way you're going to deal with all this situation will establish how good you are at running your service accommodation. So for example, yesterday or day before yesterday, I got the photos of some of the furniture that's been delivered for one of the apartment that we're getting ready. We had made to measure beds that was going to fit into a small room. We had our bedside cabinet order. Everything is pretty much done in this room. The only thing we're waiting for is the bed. So we got it measured and made to measure to kind of fit in the area we wanted it to go into. So the furniture was delivered, and obviously I got a photo saying, you know, this is what the team's done, and this is the photo. The bed looks amazing. It's a really amazing bed. And when I share some of the photos, you'll see how good it is. It's a really good bed. Unfortunately, they got the sizing wrong. Now, it doesn't fit where it should be fitting. I went there, looked at the property quickly, and look at the room and the rest of the property, what we've been doing so far, or what the team's been putting together so far, and realized that's not going to work. But unfortunately, in a situation like that, you need to be quite proactive, but you also need to look at what solution can you have at that point of time. There's no point stressing on the problem, because if you stress on the problem, you're going to make yourself stress about the whole situation, about the whole process of running the service accommodation. So it's all about finding solution, to be honest with you. Yes, some of the solution we might not necessarily agree with, or it might be not the first thing we would have done, but at the end of the day, it's not about one bed, it's about the whole property, and that's what matters. So in the end, we pulled out the bedside cabinet. We've left one of the existing one, took one out, and put a completely different bedside cabinet. Now, if you know my property, I always have the same bedside. For me, that's quite important. So it was a big change to accept, but I do accept the fact that, you know, it's more about getting the whole property ready rather than one small element in the bigger picture. So all I did was just replace it with a very simple, narrow or smaller bedside cabinet, to just replace it and allow that bed to be there. Now, yes, I wouldn't have necessarily looked for that bed, because I think that bed takes a lot of the space in the room. So when you're planning your room, you need to think about the size, the type of furniture you're putting in, so you know how much is going to use of the space, because you still need to make the room feel spacious. So it's very important to get the right furniture. And this one we knew was quite tricky, because the right furniture we wanted, which would look amazing for this property, unfortunately, it wouldn't have been the most durable type of bed, because we're really looking like pin legs, which is amazing. They look fantastic, but they have more chances of being damaged. So obviously, because of that, we went for something else. I think with service accommodation, you always need to consider the element of the durability, how long you're going to be able to use that product when you put it into your apartment. It's very, very important. But also, you know, the housekeeper need to clean around those products. So you need to make sure that it is something that can be cleaned very easily, but it's also not going to obstruct your cleaners from doing a good job as well. So these are the things that you need to consider. But I think everything can be stressful if you allow it to get to you, if you allow it to be stressful. The way to deal with situation in service accommodation, and it happens all the time, you're going to have so many situations to deal with, so many elements that's going to move so quickly, and you need to react very quickly. The only way to make it less stressful for you is to actually look at the problem and think about what solutions are there. What can I do? Instead of getting annoyed about the situation, instead of worrying about what's just happened, instead of trying to see who's responsible for that, I've just ignored all that. I know obviously the supplier is responsible. I know that the person who's placed the order did place the order correctly, because I had that confirmation already. But again, I might need to go and investigate that. But this is not the time. The time was to actually find a solution. So how you handle the situation will make your experience less stressful when running a service accommodation, where there is so many different elements that you need to kind of manage all the time. Now, some people might find it too stressful or not willing to go to the extent of managing all these different elements. And if that's you, then there's another solution for you. There's a lot of managing agents out there who would run service accommodation for you for many other people. And for a small management fee, 20%, or 25%, they can look after your property. They can look after all your guests. They can take on all your staffing issues. They can take on all your suppliers' issues. So you wouldn't have to deal with any of the guests. You wouldn't have to deal with any of the maintenance issues. You wouldn't have to stress yourself about managing the staff, ensuring there's enough cleaning staff, maintenance staff around. That all will be taken care of. Yes, you'll lose 20%, 25% of your income, but sometimes it's worth it, because let's think about it. You lose 25%, just get 2 property. Yes, at that point you lose another 25%, but you will overall make more money because you will have 75 and 75 profit. So look from the point of view that the more property you're going to get, the more income you're going to get. Yes, you're paying them, but you are actually paying them for a lot of headache. And I think that 20%, 25% is all worth it, to be honest with you. I hope you have found this useful. It is Saturday and it's a gorgeous day, and I don't want you to be spending time listening to me or spending time learning about service accommodation, because it's time for you to spend with your family. So enjoy your weekend with your family. I'm back tomorrow, but I'm definitely back next week with some good content again. Take care. Bye.